we are going to see about two new operators, increment and decrement operators. So what are these operators? As you know by the name, increment operators is used to increase the value of the variable by 1, and decrement operators are used to decrease the value of the variable by 1. We'll just see further. Now the syntax for writing a increment operator is, it could be either prefix or postfix. So when you go by prefix, I can say increment operator is actually a unary operator, meaning it has only one operand. That is, you can see plus plus is the pre-increment operator followed by the variable name, which is the operand. Say for example, if I say a plus b, now plus is a binary operator because it requires two operands a and b. Now a into b. Now this into is again a binary operator because it requires two operands a and b. Whereas when you see this, here this plus plus is a pre-increment operator which requires only one operand. So we call this as a unary operator. So it could be pre-increment or it could be post-increment. That is, increment after the variable is called as post-increment. Increment before the variable is called as pre-increment. Similarly, with the decrement, 2 minus. This is pre-decrement, this is post-decrement. When you see this example here, you can understand what is this. So, increment operator plus plus I. So, it means the I value is incremented by 1. So, it could be either pre-increment or it could be post-increment. We'll see what is this in the further slides. So, say for example, just take this case here. What is that you expect to be printed? Just take 2 minutes of time. Tell me what is that you expect to be printed. So it's given here int I equal to 10. So what is happening here? Say for example, int requires 2 bytes of memory space. So 2 bytes of memory space is allocated for this variable I, and the value 10 is initialized in that particular place. So you can say I is an integer variable which is initialized to 10. That's what this statement does. Now when I try to print, so let us relook into the printf statement. So anything within double quotes will be printed as it is, and wherever there is some format specifier, a value will be printed. Say for example, %d is a format specifier and %d is a integer format specifier. That meaning that an integer value need to be printed in the place of %d. But here I equal to is written within double quotes will be printed as it is. So I equal to will be printed followed by a integer value. Now what is the integer value that will be printed? The first variable after comma. So I is the first variable after comma. So the value of I is 10. So in the place of this %d, 10 will be printed, as we all know. Now let us move on to the next. Let us take this example. Now what will be the value it will be printed? So int I equal to 10. So 10 is initialized to I. What does the next statement do? The value of I is initialized to j. So I equal to 10. What is j now? J is also equal to 10. So when I try to print, what does it print? It prints I equal to, and in the place of first %d, the value of I will be printed. In the place of second %d, the second variable's value will be printed. Right? So I equal to 10, j equal to 10 will be printed. When you see this example now, there's a small difference between the previous one and this one. So what is that is doing here? The first case, I is initialized to value 10. Now, j equal to I plus plus. We have a post increment. So how does this statement gets executed? This statement is actually equivalent to int j equal to I. After that, the next statement, I equal to I plus 1. That's what post increment is. The value of I is first initialized to j. After that, the value of I is incremented. So I can say this statement is equivalent to int j equal to I followed by I equal to I plus 1. Now what do you expect will be printed here? Just take 2 minutes of time. What is that you expect to be printed here? The value of I will be initially 10. Please remember, initially 10. But what has happened here? Now the value of I is 10, which is being assigned to j. Now j is 10. After that, the value of I will be incremented by 1. So I becomes 11, right? So what does this statement do? It first initializes the value of I to j. So j becomes 10. After that, I gets incremented by 1. So I becomes 11. So I equal to 11, j equal to 10. That's what will be printed here. Okay. So this is what I said, that is equivalent to that. Statement is equivalent to. Correct. So this statement is equivalent to this. Right? Now, let us discuss about this. Earlier we saw post increment. Now, when we are talking about pre-increment, how does this work? So, I can say this statement is equivalent to pre-increment. So, first I is incremented by 1. After that, the value of I is initialized to j. So, let us see this. This is equivalent to I equal to I plus 1 followed by j equal to I, right? I equal to I plus 1 followed by j equal to I. That's pre-increment. Pre-increment, first the increment happens followed by the next. Post-increment, first the assignment happens followed by the increment, right? So what happens? First I gets incremented to 11 and that 11 gets initialized to j. Okay, this is very similar to I equal to I plus 1, j equal to I. So what do you expect to be printed? 11 and 11. So both I and j will become 11. Now this is the post decrement. So please understand in this what is post decrement here. So same thing as post increment. Just see what is happening here. This statement, can we say it is equivalent to int j equal to I followed by I equal to I minus 1. Correct? So first I gets initialized to j, then I gets incremented. Sorry, I gets decremented. So what will be the answer? So j will be 10, I will be 9 because it's getting decremented, right? So just try this out. If you guess the right answer, you will get a star. So just count the number of stars you are getting once we complete this tutorial. So suppose A is equal to 5. Then after executing all these 3 statements, what will be the output? Tell me. Please take a paper and pen and write it down and see. So suppose A is equal to 5. Okay. The first statement, what does it do? It increments A. A becomes 6. What does the second statement do? It increments A. A becomes 7. Because there's no other statement, it's just incrementing. Whether it's pre-increment or post-increment, it's just incrementing. So here, as per this, A becomes 6. Here, A becomes 7. Now, A becomes 6. So once we complete all the three, the value of A will be 6. If you have got the right answer, put a star.